Welcome to another episode of the Up Wit It podcast. I'm your host, Mark Large. I'm here to entertain, inform, and educate you for the next 30 minutes. Before we get into it, I'm going to need you to go ahead and subscribe to make sure you never miss an episode. And I'm going to need you to share this with all your people. All right? It's on.
I picked up a couple commercial customers at this point, and I was kind of using that as like the, the basis of the business. At least I know I can count on them, because commercial customers usually you don't have to worry about collecting money. You send them an invoice and 3 days later you got a check.
So I want to expand on that a little bit more. But what do you like about Long? So you've come along to, so we're about 4 years in at this point. What are you liking about this business?
I'm liking about the extra cash.
Okay.
I do like, like if I'm riding with somebody that says, yeah, you see that lawn over there? I say we cut that yard,
right,
or whatever. Yeah, we cut that business. See how that building looks good, doesn't it? I like that sense of accomplishment. That's nice. And it's about the money.
Mm-hmm.
Now at this point, I'm starting to, make some connections, some partnerships. I'm starting to talk to other people in the business. And I really didn't have to worry about being a competition with the next person because it's, thousands of yards. I don't necessarily have to compete with the next guy.
Right, exactly.
Not that many lawn care and landscapers out there you have to worry about that. It's a ton of them.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, in Cuyahoga County alone, there's over 440 lawn care businesses.
Wow.
Just in Cuyahoga County. And it's a very rare case that I had to outbid someone else. And that's another mistake I made. I always thought I had to be lower than the next guy.
Mm-hmm.
That almost became my undoing. But then I said, you know what? If I charge what I think my time is worth, it's a very rare case that the person actually said no, when I gave them the original quote.
Yeah, and that's the thing with most businesses is that people feel that they have to, one, underbid everybody, and two, appeal or try to focus their business on everybody.
Right.
And those are two lessons that you learned early on. That look, I need to focus my niche on people who actually have money to pay. One,
right.
And two, I have to build a system where I can get paid, and it makes it worth it to want to go to work. Really, you're really going to work, but your customer is your boss now.
Right.
So with that said, what don't you like about this business?
There's a lot of things I don't like. I don't want to discourage anybody else from doing it or setting up a business, but there's a lot of headaches that go along with it. Because that you're totally at the whim of Mother Nature, that sucks. You could be, like on my way home from my regular job, I'll be ready to get it. The truck's loaded. I'll be ready to get it in, and it starts raining. Nothing you can do.
Right.
Like I have equipment now where we can cut in the rain, but if it's just a total downpour or the yard's already wet, we're not going to go over and tear nobody's yard up.
Right. Right.
I don't like the fact that people still, I do get occasion with people who, if one little thing is out of whack.
Uh-huh.
If they walk on the grass and they have some grass clippings on their shoes, they start complaining.
Wow.
Hey, what are you gonna do about this? I was like, I don't know. What do you want me to do? But my dog came in and he had some grass clippings on him.
Right. Well, the job got done.
Right. Mr. Barry, can you bag the grass for us? Yeah, it's gonna cost more.
Mm-hmm.
There's a cost to that. I got to bag it and take it with me and dump it somewhere. There's a cost to that. So 9 times out of 10, I don't bag the grass. It
Right.
looks most yards will look like a golf course when we're done. But if you want all this extra stuff, if you want mulch and all that, we do all that. I'm not going to just throw it in. Yeah, and that's what people are always assuming. Again, and that's why I try to transition a little more onto the commercial side. To usually tell them a price and say, when can you do it?
Mm-hmm.
There's no bickering back and forth. There's no negotiating or whatever. Just get it done by next month, and the check can be ready. That's what I like.
And so how did you transition over into your more commercial clientele?
Well, the thing about it, when at first early on, I thought I can go and just drop a flyer off in their place of business and they'll call me in a day, but it doesn't work like that. They have to, in most cases, they have to find you.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be out there. You have to have some footprint out there, some. And it wasn't until we built the Facebook fan page, and then really it wasn't until we got the Google presence.
Mm.
Once we got Google presence, people like Home Advisor Pro found us. Angie's List found us. We got contract with Pizza Hut. We got an offer for Lowe's to cut the grass. It was but Lowe's was just so massive. It was so big. I said, I just couldn't do it effectively. And
to see that's another tip right there for businesses, service type businesses. Get a Google My Business listing. Make sure you secure that, and make sure you optimize that so that you can be found. That's the first things we did. He doesn't even have a website, but he's got that Google My Business listing, and he's got a Google Voice number tied to it, so that phone is ringing. So I just wanted to get that plug in, the little cheap, marketing technique that'll get you a lot of different clientele coming through the door.
Absolutely.
So
when you told me about that, I was skeptical. I just didn't know, how to do it, and I didn't know the setup was that easy.
Right.
But it was almost immediately that we started getting a response. And then at that point, I said, man, I don't want these calls coming to my personal cell phone. And then that's when you suggested Google Voice. And, and then now it's that's primarily how we get new business. That's primarily, it's when I get a phone call and it says Google Voice, I know that's somebody who's looking for us.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got all people who want to do search engine optimization, and I can help you build your business, this and the other. That's how they're finding us.
Yeah.
So now, that has, the Facebook was nice. The Facebook is, I like it. We have another young lady helping us with that as well. She's really helping us really, look at the numbers and, evaluate who we're reaching and who we need to reach out to. That's very helpful. When you start putting all these together, now you can talk about a footprint and a stream of new business. And I highly, highly recommend that. Anybody who's looking to get into any type of service-oriented business, if they're selling a durable good, I think you at the very least have to do that. Because if you don't, then you're missing out. Right.
Definitely. And I guess the kind of recurring theme through this is been the marketing, even though we didn't highlight it, but the various ways that you marketed the business. First of all, with flyers initially, then word of mouth started picking up. Then once you had established yourself, you were able to get references to better, bigger clientele and get access to a better clientele.
Absolutely. There's, when I come on for work, I get, I see little flyers on my door, from other landscapers, other lawn care people, it's fair because they don't know I'm in the business, but, I look at it like that. I say, just the cost of, and the man hours needed to go door to door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I say, you know what? Most people have some kind of a presence on the internet, your social media, and why not just do that? And that's we haven't put flyers out there in years, and I don't see us doing that ever again.
Right.
But what's the point? I think it's a waste. I wouldn't say it's a waste of time. It's just that you're going to find yourself sifting through a lot of phone calls that may not be the best business for you.
Yeah, and there are more cost-effective ways to reach your audience. Online, like it's a particularly Google My Business will get you a good at least 70% of the way there.
Right.
And then building the business out, it's all in kind of how you want to expand and continue to grow the business. So with that said, what's your next move?
The next move is, and this is where we are right now. We're at a point where people are calling, and now I'm deciding, okay, do we have enough time and manpower to take on this business, this new account? So like right now, here's where we are. It's me. I got a guy who works with me named Kevin, who works with me primarily. He's a general contractor. And then we have Ashley. She does like all the invoicing. She sends out all the bills. And we have another young gal, Elena. She does like the social networking part. And then I do sub out 2 other gentlemen who do like spring cleanups and some like the the hardscapes. Somebody wants to have landscaping done, and then we do snow plowing. I don't personally go out and plow snow. I have no desire to get up 4 o'clock in the morning and plow somebody's yard. So got 2 guys who are very good at what they do. They do that. Now the next, my next move is to get, start getting, equipment that can help us do things quicker. There's always something else out there. There's always an upgrade. When it comes to this business, you wouldn't think that those 0-turn mowers cost as much, but you're looking at, $5-6 grand for the cheap ones. And most of the time you're buying something used when it's your first time. Like I said, I have commercial mowers right now. Most part are very reliable. But you do have to, it costs money to repair them. It costs just as much as a car to repair them. And my next move is, I would like to circle myself out of the day-to-day lawn cutting. It just it's a pain in the butt coming home and you're covered with grass clippings and you have to worry about snake bites and dogs coming at you and dog crap and all kinds of mess. I'm soaking up a lot of time. Like last year I put a lot of time in this. On more customers last year. We took on even more this year. And at the end of the day, I get home at 9:30 and I sit down on the couch for 5 minutes and I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Dead tired.
Right.
So I like to circle myself out of it a little bit and then bring on another person. I just want to make sure that there's enough business to legitimately bring another person on and pay them. And it would be nice to, and I'm willing to take less as far as per month or per day or what have you, or per yard to bring on another person. Because, that time is worth it to me. Because, again, I don't want to be a slave to this business. I don't want to get to a point where I have to dedicate 5, 6, 7 hours a night to it. It does not fun. I've already said, okay, doing this type of business, I'd rather not mow on Saturdays at all or go out on Sundays. At least I like to have one day to myself. But sometimes Mother Nature has other ideas. It can rain all week and the only sunny day you got is Sunday. So guess what? You got to get out there and start mowing yards.
Right.
But that's my next point. That's where I would like to be. Is I wouldn't mind going out there a couple of days a week, but I would like to right now I'm at a point like in the next couple of weeks I'm going to get another mower or two, and then that way when we do bring on another guy, everybody have something to use and keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. So sounds like the business is really growing. So at this point, how many years are you in?
I've been in it 12 years.
12 years. Okay.
12 years. Yeah.
And so what type of numbers, I guess, are we looking at as far as revenue? To kind of, justify all of this, time investment and equipment investment.
As far as like last year, like far as the most recent numbers, because this year is pretty much just getting started as far as the season.
Right.
Last year, we're looking at about it was like a little over 18,000 in total revenue.
Okay.
And you figure, because the way it snows anymore, there's nothing happening usually between November and January. The weather patterns kind of changed a little bit. So, and we really only went out like 5 times last season anyway. So I thought we did pretty good. Now, that doesn't include like the expenses, like, make sure everybody's getting paid. The truck needs to get repaired. The mowers need to be repaired. Mm-hmm. Yes, all that stuff. Just have to make sure that everything is kept up.
Right, right.
You don't want something like one something small to stop your business. Like a couple of years ago, I was in a car accident. Some young lady was talking on her cell phone, hit me right at a stoplight. And I said, well, we, it was right in the middle of the season, so we can't stop, to wait for that truck to get repaired. I said, well, I don't want to buy a new one. So, the insurance man paid for a truck for about a month, but, and then until the truck got fixed, I had to rent a U-Haul pickup.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And that was a pain in the ass. It really was.
Oh, yeah. I can imagine.
Jeez. So, you got stuff like that happening. So far, we haven't had anything catastrophic yet.
Oh, that's good. Good. But so, I mean, so it sounds like the business is, like I said, the business is growing. You're looking at stepping away from the day-to-day activities and bringing somebody in to fill that role. So let's go ahead and wrap this up with a word or two of wisdom for anybody looking to get into this business, particularly.
This business, particularly, and some other businesses, service businesses in general, make sure you get paid for your time. What do you think your time is worth? And it's easier said than done, but try to have that hashed out before you even get started. When I first got started, I thought, hey, if I make $25 in an hour's time, I'm doing pretty good. But it turns out that my cost of that $25 is like about $17. So after an hour, I've made about $7. So that's not going to work. I'm just charging enough. I'm not attracting the right people. But make sure that you figure out what your time is worth. And because if I had known that when I first got started, I would have avoided about 3 years of heartache, down, and probably would have avoided a lot of costs too. Because there's always saying that it's expensive to be broke.
Yeah. If
you're doing business and you're constantly dealing with the lowest common denominator, it's going to cost you. Mm-hmm. It's going to cost you, and that's why a lot of businesses don't do that. Everybody said, well, this business doesn't reach out to us. I said, there's a reason for it. You know, they figured out why. They figured out where their breadbasket is. They figured out where their wheelhouse is. You know, I'm not mad at them. You know, just when it comes on to money, it's a whole different game.
Mm-hmm.
And tell you the truth, I could have expanded it. You know, but again, it would have required me to spend a lot more money, and that's where I'm at now. You know, I don't want to get in way over my head to where I got to stay in this business for 5 more years just to pay off this equipment. You know, I don't want to. I thought every year at the beginning of every year around like January, February, you know, do I want to continue doing this? Is it worth it? But you know, I keep going for the most part. But you know, again, figure out what your time is worth, and then think about it. You know, is this what you want to get into?
All right, that's some good ism there, man. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up with that. And then again, where can people find you?
You can find me on a Facebook fan page, Relentless Lawncare LLC.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can also find us. We have a Google presence, and then you can find me on Twitter, Cyclonus94. And then, you know, I am on LinkedIn, but I'm on LinkedIn as a personal account, but yeah, you can definitely find me.
Okay. All right. So that's what's up, y'all. Go ahead and sign off on this particular episode. Thanks again, Big James, for coming through, and
appreciate you having me.
Oh, no doubt. So we're gonna definitely get back on some more some more podcast sections, and we'll go a little bit deeper into the lawn care business, but we'll also go into some other topics as well. So that is it for the day, y'all. All right.
Good stuff.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the What Up Wit It podcast, and I look forward to your respectful, civil commentary and input. This podcast was brought to you by Introverted.com. Come recharge with us over at NTROVRTD.com.